Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to Friday, December 20th spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Sophia Choi admitted that she had taken 3 positive pregnancy tests when Tate Black inquired if she was certain she was pregnant. The objective was sperm met egg, Sophia snapped, reminding Tate that condoms weren't always 100% effective. Sophia was now tired of worrying about how her parents would respond, but Tate reminded her that she had choices. Sophia claimed that in their state, she needed parental approval to get an abortion, which would never occur because her parents considered abortion to be sinful. Without anyone else knowing, Tate offered to pay for an abortion and drive Sophia out of state. Sophia was concerned that they wouldn't be able to accomplish that, but Tate reassured her by saying that they were all in this together. Sophia became a little irritated with Tate for making this about her because he didn't want Holly Jonas to know. Sophia, however, told Tate that she would not speak because she obviously wanted to keep this information private as well. Sophia left after Tate promised to do some research and get back to her. On Friday's Days episode, Holly told Maggie Kyriakis in the town square that Leo Stark had previously entered her head. Holly was concerned that things would go wrong with Tate out of the blue, but Maggie didn't think she should dwell on the possibility. Holly argued that she hadn't yet taken the next step with Tate, even though Maggie volunteered to accompany her to the OBGYN for birth control. Holly raged at all her former best friend had done and wished that Tate's first date had not been with Sophia. Maggie advised Holly not to put any pressure on herself to achieve anything before she was ready and implied that it wasn't a competition. Holly greeted Sophia as she appeared and introduced her to Maggie in an awkward way. Holly told Maggie in private that Sophia didn't mean it when she said she wished Holly and Tate the happiest Christmas ever. Brady Black then arrived at Ava Vitale's door on Friday's Days program to pick her up for their date to the Nutcracker. Ava suspected that Kristen DiMera might have stolen the tickets when Brady saw they were gone. Brady searched the internet for additional tickets, but the ballet was sold out. Ava implied that Kristen might have been responsible for that as well, but she was mainly kidding at the time. They ended up getting takeout and watching Christmas TV shows since Brady still wanted to spend the evening with Ava, at least until the Wi-Fi went down. Once more, Ava joked that Kristen was to blame and promised Brady that they would go on another date. Ava received a text from an unidentified number asking how her date went after Brady kissed her cheek and walked away. On Friday's Days show, Doug Williams III said that a small birdie informed him that Leo was the preferred candidate for such positions at the Salem Inn. Doug persisted even after Leo said that jewelry fencing was no longer under his purview. Doug disclosed his identity and relationship to Doug Williams because Leo demanded to know who he was. Doug admitted that he was desperate and owed someone a lot of money even though he detested taking the necklace. Since everyone in the Horton house was treating Doug so well, the guilt was getting to him. Doug even considered leaving the necklace for them to locate, but he still wanted the big paycheck and didn't want to raise any red flags. Leo persuaded Doug to leave the jewelry with him because he thought he might know someone who could aid with the sale. When Leo pointed out that Doug didn't have much of a choice, Doug questioned how he knew he could trust him. When Jennifer Horton Devereaux asked Julie Williams how long Doug would be staying at the Horton residence during Friday's DOOL show, Julie responded that he may stay for as long as he wanted. Jennifer acknowledged that Hope Brady didn't trust him after Julie questioned whether she had an issue with Doug remaining there. Consequently, Jennifer had consented to watch Doug 3. When Julie inquired as to whether this was related to Doug's incarceration, a startled Jennifer replied that she was unaware of it. Julie acknowledged that she didn't inquire as to why Doug was imprisoned, despite downplaying the incident he had on the way to Salem. Given his criminal history, Jennifer suspected that Doug might have been the necklace's thief. Since Julie believed Doug didn't arrive until after the necklace was gone, she put an end to that notion. Julie exclaimed that her husband's favorite cookies were the red velvet ones that Doug brought home from Sweet Bits. Julie remarked it must run in the family because Doug claimed they were also his favorite. Jennifer stared at Doug and clearly still struggled with trust, even though Julie was still happy to see him. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Doug has some difficult situations ahead of him. Follow along for updates on the issues he will encounter. Due to Belle dragging EJ down a peg or two, Mark is suddenly free and mostly clear on Days of Our Lives, released into the world for the time being with a slap on the wrist, give or take 18 months to be served, sometime. And while that's all well and good, it's nearly hard to overlook the chemistry that was developing between the two attorneys as they exchanged barbs and insults. EJ is on the way, as evidenced by the considerate little smile on EJ's face when Belle informed him that she and Sean were divorcing. The season teaser trailer lets us know that the two will at least go to bed together. There was a lot of sexual tension in that antagonism we witnessed, which was undoubtedly aided by the fact that they had already gotten into bed together. Martha Madison told Soaps.com that there's always potential for her character to go serious about EJ during their final round before Belle ended things to make amends with Sean and avoid upsetting her sister. But at the moment, she didn't think it would happen anytime soon. She acknowledged that she couldn't even picture a wedding between EJ and Belle, but she did say that Sammy, Allison Sweeney, would undoubtedly go if they did. However, a lot has occurred since then, and EJ and Belle are now in rather different love situations. Sean's dance card is open since her separation from him is formal and official, and there is little to no possibility that Sammy or Nicole will return on a full-time basis. Could Belle and EJ end up being Salem's next big super couple, fighting in court during the day and doing something else in bed at night? Who knows? We do know that Sammy will return to Salem at some point in the upcoming year for a plot point that even stuns Sweeney. While she's there, she might try to ruin a wedding or attend one. She wouldn't be alone in her anger, since fans of Jamie and Joel will probably be incensed at the prospect of Belle and EJ becoming a successful couple. Madison told Soaps.com, and that's kind of fine. She said, if you're feeling strongly, that's what we want. It doesn't really matter if it's this or that. The purpose of daylight, isn't it the fact that you're experiencing something? But after all of this, she will have a difficult time making a living in Salem. And there is a lot of uncertainty about whether she and Chad have a real chance at falling in love. However, it seems like Annalyn McCord and Kat are in favor of it. For the near future, I think that the big focus for Kat is can she ever get Chad to forgive her. The actress tells Days, there is no way ahead for anything more if that doesn't occur. The good news for Kat is that he appeared to be a little more sympathetic to her situation as they bid each other good night, for the time being. However, that forgiveness would have been accelerated into love if the Clyde plot had concluded as McCord had hoped. The actress said that she had a very different idea of Katharina's function when she first learned about the Vancouver episodes. McCord acknowledges, I believed she was going to shoot Chad, and I was going to make amends by taking a bullet. I was so prepared to drop, roll, and perform my own stunts here, but I thought, what about my redemption, when she simply leaves and shoots Clyde? She chuckles, thinking that perhaps the gunshot would have missed Kat's heart by a millimeter and she ends up in recovery, and then she's the sad sappy person, and he's got to be like, well, you saved my life, I forgive you. Yay! I exclaim. Make out now. And she has been eating humble pie for longer than I care to tell you, but as we all know, that isn't what actually happened. The road will likely take a little longer than making out and finding atonement right away, but that doesn't mean Chad won't get there or that the two will fall in love. I mean, this is Salem. How many terrible things has Sarah forgiven Xander for? Despite Kate's dishonesty and dubious past, Roman has moved on with her. And present, but when that little secret comes to light, we'll see how he handles her covering for Philip once more. The main idea is that Chad and Kat are obviously not having any fun. A longer period of time and a gradual development of forgiveness, trust, and love would only strengthen their bond. Additionally, it would allow Days of Our Lives to decide how to bring back the real Abigail, which is inevitable, and have it happen at the same time as Chad and Kat finally move on.